whatever. Mind your business. Y'all see, I got all types of stuff going on. Bathrooms being remodeled, all types of stuff going on. I'm hoping that you all are getting notifications that I'm online. So I'll wait. I'll wait. Like everybody, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'm hoping y'all getting the notifications that I am on my hashtag. You know what? That's what I'll do. I'll hashtag my Talk About It Tuesday. Because let me tell you, it got me with that auto reading mess. And it left out a very important word, the intellectual truth, the whole it. We're talking about the intellectual truth on Tuesday. Absolutely, the it. Talking about the intellectual truth on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. I know I'll be killing you. I know. I'll be having all types going on. I know, I'll be killing you. So talking about the intellectual truth on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. So what's happening? I am alive. I know. I want this thing to let everybody know I'm alive. Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, let's see how it rolls. So, yeah, this is where we at. This is where we at. So, hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. I got the apparel up in the Etsy store. So, if you don't know about it, I guess I should say something over here too. I can type way faster. On a laptop than I can in text. But nothing. We ain't gonna talk about my crap. I'm hoping everybody is, because it said there's like 69 people that follow me is on. So what's happening, y'all? How y'all doing? Do y'all have y'all notifications set? Like, did you set your notifications for all notifications so you could see me? Because I'm just saying. Let's talk about it on Tuesday. I'm just saying, I'm out here doing this free stuff because it's free. I got time. I got time. Shit keeps changing on a day-to-day basis. I got time. I got time. All right. So, what I wanted to have a conversation with on this Tuesday is intellectual truth because for some reason we are not normalizing being our own special. And I've been having this conversation. Y'all heard me being our own special because I've been having this conversation for a while. So I feel like we need to start normalizing. Yeah, I had to, so y'all can see it's all reflective and stuff. I love it. It's like such a unicorn type color. Hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. And I'm gonna have to get one that's like reversed so when I record you can see it. But hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. Get with it. That's all I got. Talk About It Tuesday. So we're talking about intellectual truth. And when we're talking about intellectual truth, what we're talking about is your type of special versus somebody else's type of special. And I think I did a video on this once before. I might have, but if I didn't, here you go. Look, if I didn't, here you go. Tidbits of very valuable information. Number one, not everybody's talent is meant for you to replicate or for them to teach someone else how to replicate. Your talent is your talent. That's what makes you special. Hey, welcome. So I'm talking about the intellectual truth on Tuesday. Oh, and we got hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. Apparel now in the Etsy store. So if you don't know, now you know. We got hashtag this to Talk About It Tuesday hoodies. Now, the whole purpose of this is this. I want to normalize talking about our emotions at least one day a week. Hey, girl, I'm telling you, I want to normalize. Hey, girl, hey. I want to normalize at least one day a week talking about our emotions. So I came up with my hashtag, Talk About It Tuesday. And it is the intellectual truth. We're having a real conversation about how we truly feel without bringing up all the added nonsense. Don't nobody give a fuck about your attitude. I don't care about your breath stinking. No, let me tell you that we need to have a conversation about our feelings and my emotions that occurred from this Tuesday to next Tuesday. And we need to have a conversation about the growth and the intellectual property that goes along with that. So, with the hashtag Talk About It Tuesday, we're normalizing talking about our emotions. And this is for male and females, like real talk. We Our community needs to become well, and we need to understand that everyone feels something on a day-to-day basis, and they feel a couple of different things at a time. And it's no longer fair to colonize people due to a gender, an age, a class, a profession, and say that they're not allowed to feel what they feel when they feel it, and to keep them isolated and pent up, allowing that stress to turn into anxiety, to turn into depression, that then in turn turns into physical illnesses. I need us to get to a point where we hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. Because if you haven't noticed, every Tuesday I've come with vocabulary words in a way to open and have a discussion truly about how you feel, about how you can get your point across, how you can no longer be pent up and consider yourself in prison in your own life. So, in order to really get us to a place where we are open and honest and willing to heal, we are allowing ourselves to get on the other side of that trauma that I be talking about. That we're on the other side of that anxiety, we're on the other side of that depression, we're alleviating that insomnia. To be able to do those things, we got to be able to have a safe environment to talk about our shit. And I'm telling you, hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. That's where we at. Safe environment. And also to tell you, I offer free counseling. It's fucking free. Free. No one has been mandated to pay for their sessions. No one. They're free. So hit me up. It's Talk About It Tuesday. Schedule your appointment. Get yourself in my inbox, slide in the DM. I'm accessible. So accessible. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. And I'm willing to have a real conversation with you about you. And let's be honest, I don't do shit but talk about it. Give you your intellectual truth, allow you to see what I see on the outside and the inside, allow you to heal from the shit that's trying to break you the fuck down. And it's free. Free. Even if you just come over to the CWC education station, if you watching my YouTube channel, if you watching me on Facebook, Instagram Live, make sure you got your notifications. Make sure you sharing this with a friend. Let them know that there is someone who's willing to give you an opportunity to share your intellectual truth. I'm not going to judge you. I'm cool. I don't care. I just want you to be well. I want you to be able to release that emotion in a safe environment. I want you to have somebody that can assist you in processing it. I don't want you to feel like life is a fucking prison and it's a sentence. You should feel like living is the greatest thing that you can keep doing, and which experience is next. What am I going to do next? I don't know yet. I'm still working on the next part. I mean, I'm writing a book, I'm doing trainings, giving free counseling, hashtagging, coming up with apparel. Absolutely. It's in the Etsy store. So hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. At the very least, every Tuesday. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. At the very least, every Tuesday, you can just hashtag for me. Thanks. Thanks. Because I want us to normalize talking about our emotions. It's not just a female thing, it's a male thing too. And honestly, sometimes we misconstrue what those roles are supposed to look like. It's not just a gender thing, it's a human thing. And we misconstrue what that looks like. Some of us are very sensitive, but in our sensitivity, we don't understand how to convey that. Some of us are very harsh, and in our harshness, we don't know how to convey that. There are ways that we can learn to communicate with one another if we take one day. Talk about it Tuesday. We take one day to take the time to go through the intellectual truth. Yes, that's what the it is in my Talk About It Tuesday. When we talking about it, we are talking about the intellectual truth. We are really talking about what makes us be able to live together, not what makes us different. What allows us to heal together, not what keeps us separated. Just because we come to an impasse doesn't mean that we can't still work together and move forward. That impasse shows that your special is your special, my special is my special, and it's okay for us to be special and still work together. We don't have to share every fucking talent. We don't have to be alike in every way. We don't always have to have the agreeable people, but we do need to understand and respect the fact that we need to talk about it. We need to normalize having emotions. We need to normalize allowing ourselves to vent those emotions. We need to normalize having discussions. So if you don't know, come on over to the CWC Education Station. Watch the previous videos. I've given videos on different word dedications on how we can start changing the frame of thought. I've went ham sandwich about how we treat each other, specifically how you treat yourself. Because let's be honest, the whole purpose to Talk About It Tuesday is so that you can understand you. So you can normalize you. Why is it that everyone has no definition of what their normal is? They don't know? How don't you know what your normal looks like? Because you're so busy surviving life. Here's an opportunity to stop surviving life. Let's start talking about it on Tuesday. Let's start having a conversation about what that survival looks like. Let's start being honest and start being intuitive with the truth. Let's take it from a step from intellectual and let's take it intuitive with the truth. Let's really make it apply to what it needs to apply to, and what it don't, let that shit go. Why can't we start living life? Come on, y'all. Let's do that shit. Hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. Let's talk about the real shit. Because real shit is good and bad things happen all the fucking time to every different shape and form of people. And the only difference is how they respond. And the only difference in the response is who the fuck told the story. And if you're the one telling yourself your own story of what your life looked like, why isn't it about you living it? Why is it about you surviving it? And why are you a prisoner in it? There's absolutely no way that your life should have that kind of storyline. Let's talk about it on Tuesday. Let's talk about the intellectual part of it. Let's talk about the intuitive part of it. Let's talk about the fact that a lot of us get stuck in a place of anxiety and depression because we put ourselves there. And we're very afraid to admit the fact that we don't want to be perfect on a Tuesday, and that's okay. It's okay to go down a road and have a conversation with a person and say, you know what? This part fucking sucks. It sucks big time. This part sucks so bad, I don't even want to get out of my bed. This part sucks so bad, I'm trying to go smoke all of the weed in California. This part sucks so bad, I'm trying to drink all of the liquor in Nebraska. You know, it sucks. It's okay. But you need to be able to identify that truth. That's the it. You need to be able to get that shit out of your closet. You need to identify the it. You need to be able to say, you know what? I'm feeling some serious type of way, and this is why. If you wake up and you're short on your bills, absolutely you should feel some fucking type of way. But it doesn't stop you from being able to make the money you need to make. It doesn't stop you from creating the thing that you need to create. And if it does in fact stop you from that creation, is it in fact stopping you? Or did you still stand in your own way by deciding that there was still something that you couldn't do? My new favorite saying is never always shows up, and forever ain't as long as you think. I say it again. We talking about it on Tuesday. Never always shows up, and forever is not as long as you think. It's not. If you out here duping yourself and saying because you don't have the money to pay a bill that all things are going to crumble, then guess what you're doing? You're shooting yourself in the foot with the gun that you made and loaded. Why would you do that? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? It makes no sense. Do not shoot yourself in the foot with a gun that you loaded and made. What? No. Remind yourself that you are the one who is still very much in charge. You're the one who's very much wielding this power. And at the end of the day, today just fucking sucks. That's okay. Today can suck. It really can. Every day can't be sunshine and rainbows and unicorns and cupcakes. I mean, I wish I could tell you that there's a way for every day of your life to be like that. But to be 110%, that means that you're not spiritually growing. That means that you have absolutely no human interaction. That means you put yourself in a whole ass box or a bubble and you're going to be stuck there for a while by your goddamn self. That's not really what it is. When we're really having a conversation, we hashtag talk about it Tuesday, y'all. When we really having a conversation, the intellectual truth about it all, we're having a conversation about how you need to make the energy transference to get the type of return you need out of your investment. That's what we're really talking about. We're really not talking about all the people that you hate on your way to work. We ain't really talking about the weather that got fucked up. We ain't talking about how some people got snowed in, some people didn't. What we're really talking about truly is how you're going to put in enough energy to transfer to get a return on your investment. That's what we're talking about. And where you get your energy from. Clearing out all of that shit from your negative closet. Taking the opportunity to go through your intellectual truths. Letting yourself know that, you know what? Just because it sucked today doesn't mean that it's going to suck tomorrow. I had a conversation with a couple of different people on this topic, and the point is simple. And I even said this on my podcast, I'm sure I have, on the Spiritual Basics. So if you don't know, Spotify and Anchor, Spiritual Basics podcast. But I'm sure I said it on the podcast. Not all things are fruitless. Sometimes it's just not the fruit you wanted. So that means that you went down a road, you didn't get the fruit that you wanted, but you also were able to gain information about the road that has the fruit that you want on it. Take your time and absorb that. Because the bottom line is when you start to talk about your emotions, you are freeing up the actual mental capacity for you to create your dreams. And in creating your dreams, you are allowing yourself to configure steps to actually achieving them. And in achieving those dreams, you are allowing yourself to have more happy experiences than not in your lifetime now, consistently on a So I don't have to say on a daily basis because that's what consistently means, right? You're allowing yourself to achieve things on a consistent basis. And on top of that, you are able to put them in a faster paced motion. So once you achieve one goal, you can achieve another, and keep it moving. As long as you consistently talk about it Tuesday, right? Give yourself the opportunity to release the emotion. Give yourself the opportunity to truly dive into your intellectual truth, your intuitive truth, to give yourself the opportunity to truly be honest so that you can free up. Hey, how you doing, Zed? How you doing? To give yourself the opportunity to truly be honest with you and live this life and not suffer through it. That's what I came on here for, to talk about it Tuesday. Why? Because we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. We need to normalize having a conversation about your emotions. We need to be able to say that, yo, some shit was doing some shit and I ain't like the way that shit was doing. And so I was out. Or to say, you know what? I ain't giving you no explanation. Why not? Because it's going to enter a power struggle, and I don't do power struggles. So if that's the case, that's the case. You see what I'm saying? you talk about it on Tuesday, okay? Talk about it on Tuesday. The reason why I came up with these days in this particular hashtag is exactly that: the intuitive and the intellectual truth. Talking about it on a Tuesday gives you at least one day out the week where you can literally decompress to allow the anxiety and the depression to subside. Talk about it. Give yourself the mental space to create and live new experiences. I'm telling you, the less complicated emotions that you walking around with, the easier it is for you to be the person you want to be. Absolutely, humans feel. Absolutely, humans feel. Thank you. Humans definitely feel. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't matter with gender, with energy, who you happen to be. At the end of several days, all of us go through a place where we have an emotion about something, we care about something, we feel about something, we are responding to a something. And I'll be honest with you, it's not fair to you to hold any of that in. It's not fair. Hey, vibe. It's not fair to hold any of that in. It's not fair for you to be out here telling yourself that you shouldn't be who you are. Your special is not wrong. And the other person's special ain't wrong either. I had this conversation with a sister a long time ago, and I even had reiterated it in a conversation earlier today. My purple ain't got to be your purple. We can still very much be in the purple club and do our purple thing. But don't get mad because my purple thing ain't your purple thing. I'm supposed to have my own purple thing, and so are you. I'm not supposed to be able to share every single secret of how I get by in life with you, but I am supposed to give you what I know is to be true, something that you might be able to create for yourself as long as you can believe that it's going to work. I'm supposed to give you the intuitive truth, the space, the opportunity for you to just breathe and learn and acknowledge yourself. It's that simple. So when I say hashtag talk about it Tuesday, we're having a conversation about all the conversations. Absolutely, paint with your shade. Whatever. Like, and I say purples because I got drywall in my background because we ain't talking about my bathroom is getting redone for the second time in like 7 years, but whatever. My bathroom's getting redone and I absolutely love the way it's starting to come out. But the fact is I gotta deal with it, what I gotta deal with, right? And I purposely waited until now to mention it. Why? Because I knew that this big ass board, this thing is just sitting in the background, and I know that somebody's gonna be like, "What the fuck? She ain't gonna acknowledge that shit." Absolutely not, but I'm gonna acknowledge it now. Why am I gonna acknowledge it now? Because it brought forth a memory that I just had about exactly bringing back feelings, my feelings, feeling my feelings, right? It told me that, you know what? Not all parts of this day were the greatest parts of the day. There was a part of the day where I couldn't use my fucking toilet, yo. Why? Because that shit had to get replaced because it was time. Again, there are parts of the day that I didn't fucking enjoy, but the whole day wasn't scrapped. Just because in that one part I couldn't use the toilet didn't make it such an inconvenience that I didn't end up doing my live video. Right? However, there were a day during this week where I wanted to go live for my jewelry sales. And unfortunately, due to the construction of my bathroom, I didn't have the wherewithal and the energy to bring all the shit to a whole nother room to show it. I just didn't. No, I'm tired. And I had to acknowledge that intuitive truth. Fuck it. But that day was that day. That's it. On a whole nother day, I'm still posting, doing the business that I need to do. I'm here sharing my Talk About It Tuesday. Again, we need to normalize holding a space for our emotions. our intuitive truth. Yes, embrace your imperfection. Hello, welcome. Yes, absolutely. We need to embrace that imperfection. So if you don't know, share it. Hashtag talk about it Tuesday. We are talking about our intuitive truth. We are talking about your intellectual truth. We are talking about your intimate test. Yes, your intimate test. Because let's be honest, life is your personal journey. You could share it with other people, but it's your personal journey. Hey, and in your personal journey, some fuck shit happens. I kid you not. Some fuck shit happens, and the fuck shit only happens to you. It don't happen to nobody else. And everybody finds out about these fuck shit happenings because you told the story. It was your intimate test. It was how you got through it. And in telling that story, somebody takes away from that a badge of honor. Somebody else takes away from that a demolition plan. Somebody else takes away from that courage. Somebody else might take away from that some guilt. Some people, depending on how their character played in the story, or if they weren't even a character in the story, hey, how you doing? Yeah. How it depends on who the fuck is telling the story as to how the story resonates with the person listening. And on top of that, the person listening, it depends on how they're actually receiving the information. If they do not have the emotional wherewithal to take on your happy moment, it's gonna come off as criticism, envy, anxiety, depression. I hate this statement. I fucking hate it, but I'm gonna say it. Everything works out for you, don't it? I fucking hate it. Not everybody can do what you do. No shit, Sherlock. It's my motherfucking life. If everybody could do what I do, then everybody would be named Trish, and they're not. They're not. So because everybody has, like those old two-sided cartoons. So, that's where I'm at, right? And having this hashtag of Talk About It Tuesday, we need to normalize having the discussion about our emotions and be able to say, I understand that you might feel some type of way about your life, but I really needed you to just listen to me on mine. And be able to say that shit and the person on the other side not get offended. Why? Because you have time and space to go back and forth in a conversation. You're not limited, but what you have to do is be respectful of the other person. It must be nice. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, like Jenny made the fucking song, right? Must be nice to have someone who understands. Like, real talk. Those kind of things are what tear us down as a people. And when we have conversations on a higher level, like real talk, share it. Make sure your notification bell is on so when I go live, sounds like saying that all the time. What? Hold on, you gonna have to repeat that one for me because my brain, I be thinking so goddamn fast, girl. Sounds like saying that all the time. Oh. Oh, thank you. My best friend, Mrs. Shine, she gave that to me. It's popping. I really do dig this lip gloss, girl. I've been using it like hell every day. And I am on some whole other, no, thanks, and give it away. Now, fuck that. Ain't nobody been able to get on. Nope. I've been using every single one of them. Yes, every single one of them. Yes, my friend gave me 5 of them motherfuckers, and I've been using all 5 of them. I don't care. Pop it. Thanks. Love it. Goes with my t-shirt, don't it? Okay, not my t-shirt, my hoodie. But yeah, so exactly, you gotta push through it. When you're dealing with retrogrades, when you're dealing with attitudinal people, when you're dealing with loss of energy, to be honest, you have to look at what you're actually dealing with. You have to take the time and look at the intuitive truth. You got to really say, thank you Friend care is self-care. That's what that is. You gotta say that shit. Friend care is self-care. Thank you, sis, because you're right. You're right. We done had these conversations too. Absolutely right. Thank you. You have to say that it's okay to receive help, right? Vibe, you and I had that conversation. You have to say that it's okay for me to express who I am in the moment that I need to express it. And the only apology that I can give is how you decided to get offended by my level of expression. And even then, that's not a real apology. That's just me trying to let you know you done crossed a line. You done crossed the line. I can't drop you a link for that. I can't drop you a link for that. This lip gloss right here was a gift. Can't drop you a link for this. I'm sorry. I can't. But you already know you can go on that Shade is Your website or Etsy, absolutely, and get you some gems. Absolutely. Take care of that moisture problem. Absolutely. But I got you. I got you. I'm sending you some stuff anyway. So I got you. I got you. I ain't sending you this lip gloss, so don't expect it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not sending you this lip gloss, so don't expect it. But back to the topic at hand. Hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. That intuitive and intellectual truth. That intuitive and intellectual truth. That's what that is. Right there. Right there. Yes, promote. Because I'm going to tell you, my best friends, I love them. I got a whole group in a circle of them. My child has a team of goddamn godparents for this reason of all of my friends that were put together in adulthood. Why? Because they're my friends because we came up with all of these things. We had to learn really how to deal with each other in their individual spiritual struggle, which helped me to see that not everybody has to have the same color. Not everybody has to have that color vibrate and shine the same way. Absolutely. Thank you. Hashtag Talk About It Tuesday. Thank you, sis. Not everybody has to be one thing, but we all need to encourage each other to operate in your purpose at the time. We need to encourage you to keep digging deeper so that you can grow in the area that you want to grow in at the time. Ain't nobody saying what you have to do, but we're reminding you that you can't stay in a negative place because it's of no use to you. We ain't telling you bad information, but what we do is remind you that you're a whole ass goddess. Thanks, sis. Friend care is self-care. Ain't that what she said? Thanks, sis. Because with that same self-care, it got me on this motherfucking live feeling some great type of way with my flashy ass hoodie with my unicorn magic shirt. I love it. I love it. So Oz MD, you can catch her up at North for Sales pop-up market because I'm telling you, these shirts are custom made and I'm getting them custom made for each person. So as you order them from my Etsy store, they are being custom made. Yes, not from some print shop in China. They are being custom made by a brown woman who does great work. Okay. That's the kind of energy that we're passing around. How did I get there? I got there because a group of people around me said, "We don't like your attitude." And I'm like, me either. Me either. I don't like my attitude so much that I feel like I need to change some shit and I don't know what it is. And what did they say? Girl, let's talk about it. Absolutely. Let's talk about it on Tuesday. Come over to the house, bring the wine. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. That 1, 2, 3, 4 Tuesdays in a row where ladies got together, we drank a little bit and hashed out what our problems were amongst each other is what built this intuitive thought, this informational truth. You can think of all the IT words to put together, but this intellectual truth, the informational thought that you need to go through to get rid of all those negative emotions so you can transmute it into positive energy. Please make sure you share and you like it. Let folk know. Come over to the CWC Education Station. Subscribe. I'm out here giving free information on purpose. I'm not telling you that you should go get a therapist on a Tuesday because you got insurance. No, I'm telling you that, hey, I offer free fucking therapy on whatever platform you might need it to be on so that you can get to the next level of your journey without killing yourself in the process. Why? Because we don't realize that all of them hoops, all of them fires that we put out, all of them buildings that we built and demolished, all of them jobs we changed, all of them kids we raising, a lot of that shit is wear and tear on your physical body. It takes your mental mind down and then your emotional stability with it. You end up killing yourself. And it's like, they lived a great life, huh? Nobody cared, but we did care. We cared so much that we're telling you to have a conversation. Hashtag talk about it Tuesday. Male, female alike. Everyone has emotions. We all go through a point where this shit just fucking sucks. You need to talk about it. Let that shit out. Call your bestie. Ride that shit out. There is no good reason why you are out here running around with pent-up trauma. Thank you. We didn't burn the cake more than once. Man, I know mine got caught in the jet propeller at least 6 times. At least 6 times. I kid you not. Sorry. At least 6 times. I know mine got caught in the jet propeller at least 6 times. You got to rebuild the cape sometimes. Sometimes you got to change the whole motherfucking superhero outfit. You got to change the whole outfit. Then you got to move to a whole new city. But neither here nor there, you have the opportunity to walk in just as strong as you leave in a situation, if not stronger. If not stronger. There's no good reason why a person should be denying themselves the opportunity to live. Let's talk about it on Tuesday. You don't have to go through life choosing positive or negative. What you have to understand is that there's a lesson in both. And sometimes that frustration isn't just because you're mad. It's not just because it didn't work out. It's not because it wasn't meant for you. It was because that, again, maybe you found out that you just did not like the fruit on this road, but it doesn't stop you from going down the road and finding the fruit you do like. Just because it didn't work the first time don't mean it won't work the second time. Just because it didn't work the second and third time don't mean the fourth time won't work. I mean, how many inventions actually worked the first time? And let's go back. We're brown. How many inventions got stolen from us? And we still survived. Like, real talk, there's entire brown people platforms right now that still survived. Again, that level of, let's talk about it. That shit fucking sucked. Okay, now that we got the shit fucking sucked, you can move on. Now you can plan better. Now you can do better. As a matter of fact, and this shit fucking sucks, you might be able to build a connection with somebody else who agrees that this shit sucks. And now the two of y'all in agreement can build some shit that was way better than the fuck shit that sucked. Sometimes emotional freedom puts you in a position of opportunity. An opportunity is always an experience to live. I'm just going to put it out there. It's always an experience to live. So I ain't mean to be here this long. I just wanted to make sure we had a conversation about the intuitive talks, the intellectual thought, the it. We are talking about it and we're getting it the fuck out at least once a week. Yeah. No. And we're getting it out at least once a week. At least once a week. Why are we getting this out at least once a week? Because it makes sense. As a human being, whether you are male or female, it is your absolute job to free the space in your mind to create as a human. You're supposed to create shit. You are not here to just have one purpose. And if you are so focused on that one purpose failing, you are denying yourself the opportunity to live in all the other ones. Now, you can say I might be crazy, and that's okay. I never claimed to be sane. Never claimed to be sane. Never. Absolutely, it is therapeutic to talk to someone and just have them hear you. As a matter of fact, you would be surprised of how many people actually agree. And I know this is about to be like real Christian, so forgive me, y'all. But they said this one part in the Bible. If what is it, 2 or more or here? Okay, so let me be clear. I'm not jazzing Christianity. I ain't saying it's wrong, right, or indifferent. All I'm saying is somebody wrote down a very important piece of information about vibrational knowledge. If you have agreement of others around you in the same vibration, your manifestations now have power to move forward further, longer, and more consistent. Why not emotionally release so that you can free up the space for better and stronger connections? And it's not saying that you're just using people, but you're using the energy that the universe has here provided for you. Like at the very most, you're missing an opportunity in every hour of the day to use the power of the actual planets to manifest the things to propel you forward. I know, mind fucking blown, right? But when we're talking about therapy, everybody thinks you're supposed to sit here and just, well, what do you think? Absolutely, people on the same accord can topple empires. And the crazy part is they can topple empires without even going into battle. Yup. They can topple whole ass empires without losing their entire lives. Yup. All it takes is 5 more minutes of thought. 5 more minutes of intuitive thought. And how do you get to that 5 more minutes of intuitive thought? You have a conversation about the emotions that's going on. Like real talk. We scared, we don't want to fight, we won't want to do none of this shit. Like, there's so many rebellions that happened. Like, we don't understand that our ancestors did so much more with so much less. Sit with your ancestors did so much more with so much less. Even if you think about your grandparents, they did so much more with so much less. Anybody who's watching this, if your grandparents owned property and you currently don't, think about how the fact that they were able to do so much more with so much less. Like the income that you have right now on cash assistance is what they were going to work for every 2 fucking weeks. The income you may get from child support or even the government assistance, your fucking income tax check, the amount that we receive in 2022 is nowhere near, it's imaginary money to them back then. They did so much more with so much less, and we can't talk about it. We can't have a conversation about how we need to do better. Absolutely. Homesteading is not a game. You're right. It's not a game. You're right. I ain't want to keep you this long, but again, hashtag talk about it Tuesday, because I'm telling you the importance of having an emotional conversation, the importance of being able to hold a space for every week to bring that shit out. As a matter of fact, I'm open. Send me topics. I'm open to having a discussion. I am a wealth of free fucking information. I am more than willing to go ham sandwich on one topic or another every week. Every week. Why? Because it's important for us to have these mental decompressions. If we are not talking about the intuitive truth, if we are not talking about the intellectual testimonies, if we are not giving ourselves the opportunity to get this exactly, the bringing back the power of vulnerability. Thank you, Vibe. If we are not able to be vulnerable at least one day a week, we are shooting ourselves in the foot with the gun that we created and loaded. We are. You are now putting yourself in anxiety, depression, stress. You are now telling yourself all of these wonderful lies. Lies, I tell you, lies you're telling yourself of things that you can't do because now you can't muster the energy to bother to try. As I stroke my Chinese beard of wisdom, I part with you these words. Who in the hell is going to live your life better than you if you don't bother to live your life? That's all I got. That's all I got. I know, right? I be trying to. Yeah, I be trying to. But I'm so serious. No one can tell you what your purpose is, how to use it, and what the limitations of it is, because no one can live you better than you. They can't even mimic you good enough to take over your life. So to do you several favors, talk about it. Hashtag talk about it Tuesday. Bring that shit to my attention. I kid you not, I talk about it all day, because I want to normalize talking about our emotional health. I want to normalize talking about the mental dysfunction that our emotional health causes. I want to normalize being fucking special. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because it should be normal. It should be normal. There should not be a group of automated robots where everybody acts the same. And if there are, that's great. That's because they're on a vibrational time for that vibrational time, and that's it. But it's not a day-to-day basis. It's not going to be all the time and forever. I said it already. Forever always shows the fuck up, and never is not as long as you think. And vice versa. Again, who's going to live your life if you don't bother to live it first? That's all I got. All right. So thank you so much. Hashtag talk about it Tuesday. Come on over to the Shade is Your Etsy shop. Go ahead and get your entry in so you can get that free class. Get that free seat for the March Goddess class. I'm just saying. All right, y'all. I'll be seeing you. All right. I'm over on Instagram. I'm out. And we are still live on the tube. All right, we leaving this live. I'm out.